All right, y'all. What's good, man? It's crunch time. Hit the like as y'all join in, and we're gonna talk more about the Nuggets and how they fired Coach Mike Malone, the reasons why they did it, and stuff like that. But I'm just here to let y'all know, man, that Jokic basically admitted to the truth. He just confessed that he literally knew about him getting fired before everybody else. He confessed this verbally, and so this basically proves that I was right about him knowing about the firing before the rest of the team, him having a say so in it. And, like I said, man, that's how it works with the superstar players on the team. And this potentially means that he probably just wanted him fired, period. You know what I mean? And I respect Jokic for coming out and just letting us know what it is, though. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna play what he said right now. He said basically, man, the they told him.
I'm not gonna say what Josh told me. So I knew a little bit before everybody, and he told me like we made a decision. So it was not discussion, it was decision, and he told me why, and so I listened and I accepted. I'm not gonna tell what he told me. I'm gonna keep that.
The last part he said he'd keep it to himself.
I'm not gonna tell what he told me. I'm gonna keep that private.
Said he keep it private. And basically, man, it's just hard to understand his language, man. I mean, his accent. He basically is saying that, it was a decision. He said, we made a decision. So Jokic wanted this man fired, man. The reasons why, I don't know. The reports coming out about, guys on the team didn't like how he was playing Russell Westbrook. And if that part is true, then this is the thing. He's scapegoating, he's blaming Russell Westbrook. Because I remember that game when, they went to double overtime versus Timberwolves. Nobody said nothing about Jokic missing his free throw. But the whole social media, everybody wanted to blame Russ, and Jokic must have fed into that. So Jokic is showing signs of not really improving his flaws, but trying to scapegoat Russell Westbrook. And then also by them firing Mike Malone, if they was to play the Lakers in the playoffs, with everybody trying to blame Russ, it'll make it to where they're not going to play Russ minutes against the Lakers, which would be bad for LeBron James and the Lakers if Russell Westbrook was to play good against them. Y'all got to look at all of the pieces to the puzzle. You know what I'm saying? This is sinister, low-key, what's going on. But Jokic, I respect him as a man for basically, owning up to it. You said Russ lost that game, bro, no excuses. So you're not going to say nothing about Jokic missing his free throw, right? You ain't going to say nothing about that. Because if Jokic would have made that free throw, it wouldn't really have no effect as far as the score because they would have still had a chance to win the game. You say he had 62, right? He wasn't playing no defense, and he missed a free throw. That's what y'all don't understand. Like, it's a reason why people it's reasons why people lose the game. But it's fine though. Y'all want to blame Russ? Go ahead and just blame him. It's cool. I'm just saying that y'all not holding y'all star, y'all favorite players to these standards that they're supposed to be held to. If you had 62, then you're supposed to hit the free throw, bro. You're not supposed to miss free throws down the stretch, bro. What are my thoughts on the situation? My thoughts on the situation is this, bro. It's like I just told you, bro. They're trying to blame Russell Westbrook. So to absolve some of the blame off of Jokic, give him some excuses. They're trying to also scapegoat Russ and try to say that the reason why the coach got fired is because, they didn't like how Mike Malone was playing Russ minutes, a lot of minutes. So then what that'll do is basically make it to where he won't get a lot of minutes in the playoffs if they play the Lakers. And if he does that, if that happens, he doesn't get a lot of minutes against the Lakers, then it will basically be a better look overall for the Lakers and LeBron and the whole narrative that he was bad because they don't want him to play good against the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the truth of the matter. You said Russ ruins every team, but the Nuggets lost in the second round last year without Russ. Why did they lose last year without Russ then? Think about it. They lost. Y'all keep blaming Russ for the Timberwolves loss, but they couldn't beat the Timberwolves in the playoffs last year without Russ. So what was the problem last year without Russ? Tell me that. Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. And the reason why I feel as though they basically getting worse is because Jokic is not adding to his game. He not improving his defense and stuff like that, bro. You said the Nuggets won a ring without Russ, so why didn't they win a ring last year? I don't get why y'all can't answer my questions, fam. Like, you not even... It's funny you literally typed in that comment without answering my question about last season. Why they lose last season, bro? Tell me why they lost last season. So you done made 3 comments. Now you said bro don't know ball. Why did they lose last year, bro? So they supposed to win a ring every year? So that's my point. What's the problem with them this season then? Like they touched the 2nd seed this season. Now you're gonna flip it on me and say, so they supposed to win a ring every year? You said Russ ruined the team. How they ruin the team if you just said they ain't supposed to win every year? Come on, fam. Like y'all be insufferable, bro. This shit is whack. You know what I'm saying? This shit is absolutely whack. Shit is insane. You said Russ lost in the first round the last 2 years. Well, if that's the case, look, bro. Last year, the Clippers lost to the Dallas Mavericks, who went all the way to the finals. The Clippers lost to the Dallas Mavericks, who the Dallas Mavericks beat the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets. So y'all doing all of this to not answer my question. You said they lost KCP and Bruce Brown. They was crucial. Okay, so how was Russ' fault? You feel me? I want to know why they keep on coming back to Russell Westbrook. Right. Something's gotta hold on me. I can't. Why did the Nuggets lose last season if it's all Russell Westbrook's fault? You people are sick, sad individuals. You know what I'm saying? Sick, sad individuals, man. The Nuggets actually was looking better this season than they did last season at points throughout the season. But, you know, I don't know if y'all realize how, like, the last couple of weeks, the Nuggets been unhealthy as well. Like, they haven't had Jamal Murray a lot, which exposes Jokic in general. Because a couple years ago, Jokic said that Jamal Murray is the leader of the team, the best player on the team. That's what Jokic said. Jamal Murray is the one who be hitting all the game winners and stuff in the playoffs. You don't see Jokic doing it. So why don't we just say that? Why can't the issue be without Jamal Murray, Jokic can't win as many games? They don't want to say that, though. They don't want that to be one of the possibilities. So, you know what Jokic does? He goes behind Mike Malone back and get him fired. Pitiful. Absolutely fraudulent, pitiful. This is what the new era players do. They fire their coach. And then later on, down the line, they'll be like, okay, well, I didn't have no Hall of Fame coach. And, you know, all these people from back in the days, they coach won multiple rings. Well, they ain't get their coach fired. They thugged it out. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you thug it out with Mike Malone? Y'all lost to the Timberwolves, and y'all might lose again this season. Something's gotta... Oh, my bad. But yeah, bro. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. I'm just at a loss for words, man. I'm just at a loss for words, champ. Hopefully they make it work in the playoffs with no coach, man. You know? You said LeBron. This ain't about LeBron James, but that's my whole point, though. Like, I don't think y'all know who I am. I don't know if y'all ever been here before, but we criticize everybody, including especially LeBron James, for firing his coaches. When Mike Malone got fired, I said that since we do the same for LeBron, this is before he confirmed it. I said, since we always criticize LeBron for getting his coaches fired, we got to hold Jokic to the same standard because he's the superstar player. They was like, nah, Jokic ain't getting fired. You don't know what you're talking about. Now he come out and say he was a part in the decision. But they gonna keep moving the goalposts. They keep pulling the goalposts, dog. It's like they got the ball on a string. They keep moving the ball. I can't steal it. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you go to the arcade and you playing on the basketball hoop at the arcade, and you know how we get to the point where it start moving side to side. That's y'all with the goalpost, man. Can't hold the goalpost steady. So which one? Like, listen, bro, Jokic showing them signs, bro, of toxicity, man. But honestly, though, like I said, I like that he owned up to it. A lot of times, players will hide their hand and be like, "Yeah, I don't know why he got fired. I don't know. I'm not the GM. I don't know. I'm just from Akron. I'm just a kid from Akron. I don't know why he got fired. Hey, I just grew up, you know what I'm saying? Kid from Akron. I had a triple double in the finals. I got the most points all the time. I don't know why he got fired. I just go there, do my job. You know, I'm glad Jokic held it down and really stood on business about it though, and just owned up to it. You said if you would have been in instead of Russ for the Seabulls game, they would have won. I definitely would have made that layup. But I just, I don't know, man. It just, like I said, bro, it's never a good thing when you're trying to blame everything on one player, bro. That's not good for the team. It's obviously some other stuff they got to work on, but they want Russ to be the main problem. So I don't know, man. We'll see if they can basically beat the Lakers or beat whoever in the playoffs, man. Firing their coach. I don't know if it was the right decision, but we'll see. Like I said, I respect Jokic though for owning up to it.
Firing the coach was the wrong decision, but firing Calvin Booth, best decision the Nuggets have made.
Oh, I forgot they did fire Calvin Booth also.
Like, Calvin Booth is on record saying, like, he all but said he didn't want to build a team to maximize Jokic's prime. He all but said that because he wants to rely more on young talent. Like,
that's actually a good factor. So because a lot of people saying Jokic's prime is getting wasted. He hasn't played with an All-Star player yet, and so Calvin Booth is a GM, and so he is a big reason for that.
also, one noteworthy thing: the only positives that Calvin Booth actually did was sign KCP and Christian Brown. And he lost KCP, and he hasn't made any other decent moves.
Yeah, and Bruce Brown.
No, he was. I thought Tim Connolly got Bruce Brown.
Hey, firing your coach right before the playoffs got to be the stupidest thing to do.
Yeah, and then Jokic, he said that might have been the spark that we needed. Might have been the motivation that we needed.
The thing is,
keep winning.
But also Crunch. I think Jokic didn't know, but I don't think he had anything to do with like not Karl Malone. Mike Malone getting fired though. I think like they told him, they just like, okay, like.
Yeah, he did say like they told him. He said it wasn't a discussion. They told him and he just accepted it.
Yeah, and then they're trying to scapegoat Russ. They're trying to say that it was Russ' fault. While Malone got fired.
Let's not act like Russ isn't part of the reason.
Yeah, but the way people are talking about Russ, they're talking about Russ as being the sole reason.
No, he's not the sole reason, but like he's part.
Yeah, the sole reason.
Like one thing I do understand, like Russ has been good for the Nuggets season. Don't get me wrong, but in the recent month, he has struggled a bit, and Mike Malone did refuse to take him off in times when he shouldn't have been in the game. I do see that. I don't think he should have got fired for it, but Mike Malone did lean on Russ a bit too much when he didn't need to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Russ was a piece of the problem, but also too, I mean, you got Jamal Murray being out, dealing with I think it's calf strain. You got Eric Gordon missing a chunk amount of time. That's gonna impact your team too.
I mean, don't just stop there.
The main issue is the lack of spacing. Jokic does
great. Dating back to game 6 and game 7 of the Sydney, especially the horrible 20-point collapse after Michael Malone.
A full year ago, though. If that was the reason, they would have fired him in the offseason.
That's a good point.
The the GM was saying that it was because of the record, because he said like he didn't like how they was winning. He didn't like the inconsistencies within the win. He mentioned the statistics. How they were like I think 11-14 after 8-0 coming out before the All-Star break.
I mean, no, I mean that owner should look at the team like their whole bench rotation are first and second year players outside of Russ. You got all rookies on a team that's trying to contend coming off their bench, and then MPJ, he's way too. I like MPJ, but I thought they should have traded him in the offseason when they had the chance. He's way too inconsistent when he's not hitting. He's useless.
I'm pretty sure like I saw like the owner or like the owner like went against trading MPJ. That's why they didn't get rid of him.
It was I thought it was Calvin Booth that went against that.
I don't remember who. Like I don't remember who. Well, I know someone like the Nuggets organization went against it.
And they way overpaid MPJ and Aaron Gordon.
I think with how Aaron Gordon's playing, they definitely could see no risk in getting rid of MPJ, without a doubt.
If Gordon can continue to shoot the way he has been, get rid of MPJ.
Wasn't watching film and stuff like that. He was saying that in the first half interview. And it's like right before the playoffs, just after the Grizzlies have fired their head coach.
Not really a good move. Firing right before the playoffs. You're just going into the playoffs with like basically no coach now.
I mean, they had showed Jokic in the huddle. He was looking like he was trying to coach the team.
What is he really gonna do under Mike Malone? He really learned like most of the stuff from Michael Malone. It's not really gonna change much.
Yeah. I mean, what the GM said, hopefully it gives them the spark. That's what he was saying, that maybe the fire may gave them the spark they needed to take off. He said in his interview when they asked him about it. He was like, yeah, maybe it did give us the spark we needed. No, I don't think so, though. I don't think they're going to really do anything. But
Yo, Crunch, you still there?
Yeah.
Disappeared, man. What happened?
No,
hey, Crunch, what do you think about this, Crunch? Crunch, what do you think about Malone getting fired?
I mean, listen, man. Like I said, I respect Jokic for owning up and saying that he was part of the conversation. Like a lot of people would be like, "Yeah, I knew nothing about it." I mean, if he thinks that's the best decision, man. Well, he said he just accepted it. They said they would rather fire Mike Malone. I mean, I don't know, bro. You know, I'm not that big of a Nuggets. I'm not that like big on the Nuggets bandwagon anyway. I just don't like how they blaming Russ like that because I want to see Russ succeed.
I feel like every time a team does bad and Russ is on the team, they always blame him.
I think he's a good coach.
Yeah, Russ is definitely getting a bad rep because the Nugget prior before him even coming to Denver, they had problems.
But also another thing to know, like, so before the All-Star break, or whatever, the Nuggets had the fourth best offense in the league, and their defense was shit before the All-Star break. But after the All-Star break, their offense tanked. It tanked to like 18th, 17th in the league, and their defense is still trash. That's another big thing to like know.
Yeah.
I think that mainly goes to the spacing being bad with Christian Brown and Westbrook. Also Payne Watson.
Yeah, and then if you look at the two, like Jokic was scoring all those buckets, man, they would losing the game. Like 2 losses to Washington, or Jokic had like 56 and then 45. Crazy.
They shouldn't be losing games like that.
I'm just saying, like,
What 0-3 or something like that. Whenever he scored,
I'm just saying, like, Some of the young players seem soft.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
Like in the, I said like some of the players in like the Nuggets team that has like issues with Malone's coaching are just soft.
Why do you say that?
I mean,
Yeah, I say that because
I
like
mean, they wasn't listening to Malone. Obviously, if he was saying that they wasn't watching film and doing what he was telling them to do, so there's been some sort of resentment.
exactly that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? For them to just up and fire that coach, like, and then you could just like see it on the court. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm too late.
Malone claimed that he was holding everybody, that he went holding all the superstars accountable and everything like that, and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But they were having some terrible losses. And then again, it's like Jokic. He was the one that did ask for them to trade for Russ. He the one that vouched that have Russ come join his team. So I mean,
Yeah, man, I'm about to slide. I'm gonna wrap this one up, man.
Man,
Oh, hold on, trash thing. What do you drop down? Yeah, I'm gonna just wrap it up.